This is Laura Gibbs. I'm gonna talk about Semantic HTML. Semantic HTML or semantic markup is HTML that introduces meaning to the web page rather than just presentation. Always separate style from content. HTML tags should never be used to apply presentation. That's the job of CSS. Written semantic HTML brings a wide range of benefits. Ease of use, accessibility, search engine optimization. HTML. HTML is not a programming language, it's a markup language, and it is to tell your browser how to display the web pages you visit. Doc type. The doc type declaration must be the first thing in your HTML document before the HTML tag. The doc type declaration is not an HTML tag. It is an instruction to the web browser about what version of the HTML the page is written in. HTML. This element grabs all the content on the entire page, and it is sometimes known as the root element. Head. This element acts as a container for all the stuff you want to include on the HTML page that is not the content that you are showing to your page's viewers. The HTML head element provides general information about the document, including its title and links to its scripts and style sheets. This is a head code example. Meta. This is the element sets the character set your document should use to UTF-8, which includes most characters for the vast majority of human written languages. Link. The HTML link element specifies relationships between the current document and external resource. Possible uses for this element include defining a relational framework for navigation. This element is most used to link to the style sheets. This is a head code example. Title. This sets the title of your page, which is the title that appears in the browser tab that page is loaded in. Body. This contains all the content that you want to show the web users when they visit your page, whether that is text, images, videos, game, audio tracks, or whatever else. This is the HTML example. Paragraphs. Paragraph tags here should only be used to indicate a paragraph, which is a structural concept. It should never be used to apply a space to a web page. Never ever use a series of p tags to create a space. Main. The main tag specifies the main content of a document. The content inside the main element should be unique to the document. It should not contain any content that is repeated across documents such as sidebars, navigation links, copyright information, site logs, and search forms. There must not be more than one main element in a document. The main element must not be a descendant of an article, a side, footer, header of an element. This is the main code example, and this is how it looks like. New semantic elements in HTML5. We can group the most common and important semantic elements into 4 categories. 1. Document structure tags, textual meaning tags, media type tags, and correlation tags. Document structure tags. Header. The HTML header element represents a group of introductory or navigational aids. It might contain some heading elements, but also other elements like a logo or a search form and so on. This is a header code example. Section. The section element defines a section in a document. A section is a thematic grouping of content, typically with a heading. A homepage could normally be split into sections for introduction, content, and content information. This is a section code example, and this is how it looks like. Article. The article element specifies independent, self-contained content. An article should make sense on its own, and it should be possible to read it independently from the rest of the website. And examples of where an article element can be used: forum post, blog post, newspaper article. This is an article code example, and this is how it looks like. Images. Source attribute, which contains the path to our image file, and also contains the alternative attribute. In this attribute, you specify descriptive text for users who cannot see the images. Footer. The footer element specifies a footer for a document or section. A footer element should contain information about its containing element. A footer typically contains the author of the document, copyright information, links to terms of use, content information. You might have several footer elements in one document. This is a footer code example, and this is how it looks like. Nav. The nav element defines a set of navigation links. Note. Notice that not all links of a document should be inside a nav element. The nav element is intended only for a major block of navigation links. This is the nav code example, and this is how it looks like. Links. Links are very important. They are what makes the web a web. To add a link, we need to use a simple element, A. This is how it looks like. Aside. The aside element defines some content aside from the content that it is placed in, like a sidebar. The side content should be related to the surrounding content. This is the aside code example, and this is how it looks like. Textual meaning tags. Headings. Headings elements allow you to specify the certain parts of your content are headings or subheadings of your content. HTML contains 6 headings levels, from H1 to H6. The highest level or most important headings is H1, which is followed by headings level H2 through H6 in order of descending importance. Code example of the headings, and this is how it looks like. A strong HTML tag. The strong element is used to identify text that is of greater importance than the surrounding text. This is a code example, and this is how it looks like. A strong NM. The HTML tags B for bold and I for italic should never be used because they are to do with formatting, not with the meaning or structure of the content. Instead, use the replacement strong and M meaning emphasis, which by default will turn text bold and italic, but don't have to do so in all browsers, while adding meaning to the structure of the content. CIT HTML tag. The CIT element identifies the source of a quotation or creative work. Use the element to identify the name rather than the author or creator of a reference creative work. This is the code example, and this is how it looks like. We already talked about them, and now we are going to talk about media type. Media type HTML5 also includes 3 tags that identify the type of media served up between the tags. These tags serve a dual purpose: audio, video, and picture. Correlation tags. Correlation tags. Several HTML elements are used to signal a correlation between multiple elements. List. The most common list types are order and unordered list. Unordered lists are for lists where the order of the item doesn't matter, like a shopping list. These are wrapped in an UL element. Order list. Order lists are for lists where the order of the item does matter, like a recipe. These are wrapped in an OL element. Each item inside the list is put inside an LI list item element. This is an example on an unordered HTML list, and this is how it looks like. This is an ordered HTML list example, and this is how it looks like. HTML figure and caption elements. The purpose of a figure caption is to add a visual explanation to an image. In HTML5, an image and a caption can be grouped together in a figure element. This is the figure code example, and this is how it looks like. Address. This attribute is used to associate contact information with the parent element that contains the address element. For example, when add to an article, the address element provides content information for the article author. And when we add it to a web page footer, the address identifies contact information for the web page owner. This is the address code example, and this is how it looks like. Thank you.